Good day, good day, good morning, good morning, good day, good morning. Anybody in the house? It is Friday morning, y'all. It's Friday morning, 9:33 a.m. We're doing the OBS stream this morning. I'm going to see how this works out. See if this turns out to be anything better. All right, we're going to take a look first at where we're at. Below VWAP, this 15-minute MNQ chart. We're below VWAP here. We're hovering right about the 8:30 open. We got the midnight open right there. For me, rule of thumb is below the midnight open, below VWAP, we are in a bearish situation right now. That doesn't mean it's in a bearish overall. It just means that for right now, until this gets clears and closes above VWAP and closes above midnight open, I am bearish for the immediate future, which could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. So we're going to go from there. Smart money over here is saying on this 15-minute chart, got our discount area here, equilibrium, which is the agreed upon price for most traders in this time frame, would be right here, and then the premium zone would be way up here. So it's an interesting situation that I've had to deal with and learn, which is basically this. Just because I bounce off the discount here, I'm still in a bearish sentiment at the moment. So this needs to come up and close above equilibrium, retest it, run up to the premium. But I still would not take that trade at this moment because we are below midnight and below VWAP. I believe in keeping this shit as simple as possible. I trade the 15-minute orb. And yeah, I'm just trying to keep it simple, man. Nothing more than that. Keeping it simple. That's it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let's get into our 5-minute chart. We got another. We can see midnight open there. VWAP's there. Previous day low is here. This is a low of days so far. So just simple stuff. Nothing major. Over here on our orb setting, the 1 hour neutral, no bullish or bearish direction. Same for the 4 hour. Simple stuff. Nothing major. Nothing major. We're going to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Also, again, like I said, I'm running off OBS this morning. I just realized, guys, you guys can't see my chart. I just went through all that. Nobody can see it. My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, we got time. Let's try this again. Oh, my God. Okay. White line, VWAP. White dotted line, midnight open. Okay, midnight open, right there. We are trending, we are trading below the midnight open and below VWAP. So that puts me in a bearish mode, a bearish sentiment right now. Until we can trade back above and close above VWAP in the midnight open, I am bearish. Does that mean I'm bearish for the whole day? Nope, just means I'm bearish at this moment. Smart money concepts. I basically use two things from them. I do like the idea of the premium red zone, equilibrium, discount zones. Some people trade, from here to there. They'll wait for it to come down, see how it reacts at the discount zone like it just did here on this green candle here at open, right? Came right into it. It didn't really retest it on the 5. You'd have had to go on down to like the 1-minute chart. And if you go down to the 1-minute chart, you can see we tested that area, rejected it, came back, tested it again. This would have been your entry about right here. And then you would have took it for the ride up. That's up to you how you decide to trade that. I have been at this futures game now for, Jesus, over a year. And let me tell you, the thing that I've learned the most, keep this stuff simple, man. Keep it simple. So we are going to, I trade the 15-minute orb. Try to keep my charts as clean as possible. But I'm trading the 15-minute orb, and I will show you. Let me see, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm going to show you here my progress. Let's see if I can do this here. So this is this evaluation, right? I am currently up $316 on this evaluation. Profit target is 3,000. We got a long way to go. But this eval, I am only trading the 15-minute orb. That's it. If you don't know what orb means, it means opening range breakout area. You can see I trading like Uber driving is a trial and error method. You have to figure out what's going to work for you. What works for other people might not work for you. What works for you might not work for other people. Trading is very personal, you know, and it's emotional, and it's a disciplined thing. So what I'm doing on this eval is strictly trading opening range breakout. And I can show you, this is nothing new. This isn't something I created. This is what a lot of traders use. When you can take and make trading mechanical, what I mean by mechanical is if this, then that. If this, then that. So if A equals B, then we do C. You understand what I'm saying? It's a mechanical thing. And what I'm looking for with the, and some people trade the 5-minute orb, opening range breakout. Some people trade the 15-minute orb. Hell, I've even traded the 30-minute orb. And so what you're looking for is you want that first 5 or 15 to 30-minute range to establish itself, a high and a low. That's it. Then once the once price breaks out above and closes above, then you enter long. If it breaks out below and closes below, then you enter short. And then you use whatever risk to reward ratio you want to use. The rules are simple. What happens is people get scared. Like I get nervous, right? I get nervous. I've been at this stuff way too long, and I'm having some success, but I've had a lot more success, you know, 2.5, 3 years ago. And so we're getting here. So when we look here, you say, well, Vinny's only $21 there, $90 there, $1 there, you know, $10, $6, $50, $9, $128. This is the entire evaluation right now. This is the whole evaluation. Strictly working off the orb, nothing else. No, I'm not using, even though I have over here on the chart, even though I have smart money concepts here, right, to help me guide me in what the market is kind of doing, this stuff doesn't, the smart money concepts Lux Algo indicator really didn't come into play until after 10 o'clock, because my overall strategy is momentum and flow. That's the overall strategy. 9:30 to 10 o'clock sets the momentum for the day. And then we flow out from whatever happens in that first 30 minutes. So basically, I'm taking two strategies rolled up into one, or rolled up as what I'm trying to do. And even though you say, well, Vinny, you only made $1. Well, I didn't lose money. So far, I'm batting 100% on this eval. And here's something else about this eval that the $1, the $9, the $6 trade or green days don't show you, is that when we go back over here to the charts, right? When we go back to the charts, what time is it? We got 3 minutes. Let's see if I can do this. When we go over to the charts and we look, well, there, you see the little red arrow? See that little red arrow? That was the short. That was the orb. Good. Green arrow up. Good. Green arrow up. Good. Red arrow down. Good. In other words, 7 of the last 8 trading days, the orb has been spot on. But what happens is, or what happens with me, is that I get nervous because you got to trust the mechanics of the trade, right? I manage the trade. And so when we come back over here and we look, well, okay, Vinny, you're at 100%, woody woo. Right, that doesn't mean shit. What means more to me is the fact that I was able to preserve capital while trying to learn to trust the mechanics of these trades. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. That's the way I do it. That's not for everybody. It's just the way I do it, right? Yesterday's trade hasn't kicked in yet, so this is going to go up. And so I'm being transparent with you, right? Start rate was February 11th, was today, the 27th. You can see, right? Couple of days in there, I didn't trade. I'm just being, bro, this is it. This is part of the hustle. This is part of the hustle. So that's what I'm doing there. And if anybody really wants a good, strong walkthrough on that, I'll be happy to do a video on that. All right, so we can close that little section out there. Anyway, who's in the chat? Richie Hustles. Man, oh man, oh man. Richie Hustles is traveling with the family. Shout out to the fam. Coming back from Boston. They got buried in that snow up there like nobody's business, man. They got buried in the snow up there. I know that wasn't easy. They had some things to deal with. But you know what they're doing? They're coming home to this sunshine, y'all. It ain't nothing but sunshine on a cloudy day. 76 degrees and partly cloudy in South Florida today. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We've been cold too. But we're not cold now. We're not cold now. All right, so here we are waiting on this 15-minute range to close. We got about another 20 seconds on this candle right here. This red candle is going to be our third 5-minute candle. So I trade the 15-minute orb, and I actually make my entries and exits on the 5-minute candle. Because trying to trade 1-minute candles, man, there's a lot of noise going into there. There's a lot of wicking going into there. Like if we just bring up real quick the 1 minute, right? Look at all wick, hunting stops, wick, hunting stops, wick, 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 hunting stops. Nah, we ain't trying to do all that noise. All right, so we got our range set. See these big yellow lines? It's our 15-minute range. We are still bearish. Where's my arrows? Get my arrow. We are still bearish because there is the midnight open. There's the VWAP. Let's trade this to red. So everybody can see we are still bearish until we break that yellow line or until we get above the VWAP in the midnight open. Now, I say I'm bearish, but if we break out above the opening range high, the mechanics of the trade tell me to go long. That's the mechanics of the trade. That's the mechanics of the trade. My man Klaus. Klaus is in the chat. He's in the building. Bro, Klaus, we were talking about you the other day, brother. We were worried what happened to you. Wanted to make sure you were okay, man. Got to come on the radio, say hello. Uncle Richie's getting nervous. Show me the money. Get a real job. Yeah, I know. I put that up there, dude, because I got to put a disclosure up there. Because this is not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. See, now, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? Is that candle going to peak out? Are we going to peak above it or what? I don't know. We got to see. Still got 3 minutes on this candle. A lot can happen in 3 minutes. Let the noise chop itself out. And then we make a decision based on the mechanics of the trade. FYI, this blue line, blue dotted line right here, that's our midpoint line in the range. So today, because that's normally where I'm going to put my stop, depending on the range. But today's range is only 65 points to the mid stop. So let me rephrase. So today's range is 130 points. So that's $260 of loss. I have a daily loss limit. No bullshit, regardless. $250. Even though I've got a $2,000 account drawdown, I got 250 bucks is the most I'm willing to lose in a day. I will cut this shit off and go drive. Means I got to drive more Uber. Right? If I lose $250 in a day, I got to go drive more Uber. Or I gotta find more products to do reviews on with Amazon. Because, yeah, I'm still doing all that, man. Still doing all that. So it says, still at Amazon, 6 years strong. Bro, you know what? That is a awesome thing, bro. Because that means you're finding a home, you're finding your footing, you're finding stuff that you know, you can tolerate, or dare I say even enjoy doing. Guaranteed paycheck as far as, you know, W-2 goes. So if that's your deal, brother, I'm happy for you, man. I am happy for you. Shout out to all those that are checking in. If you're going to stop in the stream, check in down in the chat. Shout out where you're from, what you're doing, and we'll keep it moving. All right, we got about a minute. You can see, well, you guys can't see over here, but the time frame is over here. Got about a minute left on this candle, and we're going to see what it does. Now, if the candle closes above the yellow line, even though I'm still bearish, the rules of the trade say I got to take the trade. So how do you get around that? Well, you manage the trade. That's why we have stop losses. So if we were to do something like this, right, there's a stop loss. We're going to take it up to, we'll set it for 2, even though I've got it already preset to go 1, 2, and 3, right? But if this is what we're looking at, then when we get over here, this is what we're risking. Why did I do it like that? Create an order. You put this back where it belongs. Up to the right, there you go. We're risking $129 to make $261. But that'll change depending on where this candle closes. That will change depending on where this candle closes. All right, see, now I've got to get in the trade.
Order filled.
I got to get in the trade. You see, we got our trade set up for the midline now. So we're risking $129. Now, you know, because I'm live, this trade's going to go south and come back and get me. It's going to come out and stop me out. But this is the mechanics of the trade. This is the hardest part that I have with the trading, is to trust the trade. Trust the mechanics. And not every day is going to be a winning day. Just because I've had and managed to successfully manage the last 7-8 days of the trade, you know, it doesn't mean it's going to hold up for me. So here's one where I have to learn. All right, we're still bearish here, right? This is a bearish trend. But I just took a long based on the mechanics of it. So we're going to manage this trade out as best we can to see what happens, right? You see that long wick? That long wick means buyers are there. Buyers are absorbing all of those sell orders. Does that mean the bulls are going to be able to push it up? No, don't mean shit. Set the first price target, which would be there. Okay. So, no, that doesn't mean nothing. Because at any given point, the market can pull the rug and whoop. The market don't care about your feelings. The market doesn't care about your win percentage. Market doesn't care about how rich or how poor you are. The market doesn't care what your name is. They don't care how many hours you drive Uber. They don't care. The market don't give a shit. So for me, trying to become more disciplined in my trading, hands have to be off the mouse. If the trade loses $129, then it loses $129. I'm still going to be up. I can hit my daily loss limit and still be positive for the week. That's trading. But we don't want to be there. We will manage this trade because, see, I need to start seeing this candle move up. I do not have a problem cutting a trade early. Let's see what happens here. Now, see, this is a good stop hunt, too. Right? The mechanics of the trade, the guy I'm learning from says, well, your stop loss should be on the other side of the orb. Because this could very well come down here and hunt these wicks. It could hunt both of these wicks out and then pop right back up. And then you're like, what the hell? And then you think the market, like, specifically came to get you. The market didn't come to get you. It came to get everybody because that's where the majority of the stops are for longs. It's the actual rule. So there's that. 8:30 open. We need it to hold here. If not, it's probably going to come get us. And I will let it take us out today just for the sake of being held accountable by the live stream. Oh, man, let's see. Novice bets. Give Uber the middle finger and trade full time, man. The market is like your personal ATM machine. Just withdraw what you need daily. Novice bets. Man, I haven't heard from Novice in a while, bro. I mean, you have to be in a position, though, to cover all of your bills before you can do that. I really don't like where the stop loss is at. Even though it's midline, even though those are the rules, I don't like where it's at. Not because price is coming down to it, just because look at this. Look at all this action here. All this price action. Chop, chop, chop. Wick, 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 wick. And it's not taking off like I wanted it to. You know, that's the other part of trading. When you trade when you're mechanically trading, in my opinion, this ain't financial advice. Don't listen to me. I'm a dumb motherfucker. But in mechanical trading, price isn't moving to where you want it to move, then get out of there. So you know what? We're going to do it by the real rules. There you go. We're going to do it by the real rules today. I'd rather lose 250 and be out than get stopped because of these wicks here. See that? That's where the real price is at the midline. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to move it anymore, though. That's it. That's that. But if the price isn't moving like this, you have to consider that, okay, the market might be chopping. And when we look at the market as a whole, let's look at the 15-minute chart as a whole. I mean, look at all this. Price action is just sitting right in here. Yeah, we broke out Wednesday. It came right back down into this area here. Right? Look at all this. We're in this area. This is where the market is. It's where it is right now. So you got to understand, you know, the context. At least that's where my biggest problem has been, is understanding that it has to be where I need it to be. It can't be anywhere else. So anyway, we're going to let this trade run. It's Friday. I don't mind losing a little bit of money today. I already know I got to work like hell with Uber this weekend. How many guys out there going to be out there working today? How many people out there driving side hustles? Gig Appin', DoorDash, Uber, Lyft. Ain't no shame in that, guys. There is no shame in working these side hustles to make you money until you can do like Novice. Trade full time. But trust me, Novice, I'm working on it, dude. Richie Hustles has got me, he's got me going after the Amazon stuff pretty good. I learned a lot from that guy. I got a decent little support group around me. Decent little support group. You know, trying to keep it positive. Try to keep moving forward. We'll see what happens. This is the hardest part. Sitting here in drawdown, we're down $144 right now. This is the hardest part, and this is what I was talking about with the midpoint. Remember, this is the midpoint line right here. Here, I'll make it bigger for you, so everybody can see it. That blue line is the midpoint line. We should make that a different color. Let's make it. Nope. I want to make it something different. Nope. Come on, guys, give me a color here. All right, that light blue stands out pretty good. You see how that wick just came all the way down here just to tease it? So we're talking that wick is what? 850. That is a 32-point wick right there. 32 points it just moved. Do you know how many stops were in there that just got swept out? A lot of stops, man. So this is why the guy that I've been kind of following lately, The way when he broke down the 15-minute orb and he showed the back testing, and then I went and back tested the 15-minute orb. I'm like, you know what? You could have 100 winning days, and out of 100 winning days, you might have 20 losing days. Or I should say, out of 100 days, 100 trading days, would you take an 80% win rate? Shit, yeah. Yes, I would. Absolutely. And when I go back and I look at the last 7 out of 8 days, the orb was spot on, and it worked as long as you had the discipline to stay in the trade. Then you were successful. You found profit. So that's my hardest part. That's another reason why I wanted to do the live stream this morning, because for me, I have I don't know if it's a good habit or a bad habit. I don't know. It costs me money when I do it, but once I'm in profit, I move my stop loss to break even, or a couple of points above break even. That's why you guys saw the $1, $1.20, $6.20, $9. That's because I'm moving my stop loss up to make sure I take profit. That's a good thing in the immediate short term for the psychology, but it's a bad thing because every one of those trades went on to could have potentially made $200, $300, $400, $500. But because I moved my stop loss up so quick, didn't want to take the L, get stopped out, and now I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, it did work. Okay, yeah, it did work. And I knew today when I was going live, I knew today, as soon as I decided to go live, this trade was probably going to go against me, but it's okay because you got to learn to take this too. You got to learn to take those L's, bro. You got to take those L's. So let's see what happens, because these wicks are pretty vicious right now. These wicks are pretty good. And notice it's right above that midline. So see what happens. 10 o'clock. So we should get a volume injection candle right here. And then we'll go from there and see what happens. If we were going to trend line out, because we had equal lows right here. So we got one hit there, one hit there. This one just absolutely wicked and went nuts. Broke through. It's another wick right here. So we're looking at hope. Well, I shouldn't say hope. We're going to see if this current trend line holds as a base and helps us to grind up. Now, if this candle closes below this trend line, we know we're cooked. We know we are cooked. Oh man. So who's all looking forward to the Uber run this weekend? Spring break, if you're in South Florida, you know what that means. Plenty of money. Plenty of money. If you're in oh, wait a minute. I got this in the wrong spot. Let me bring that up. Boom. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Now we need to break above VWAP here. See if we can get above VWAP. Now, here's something else that I've noticed that I do. We just sat down in this trade. I just sat down through all of this drawdown, right? I was down $150 on this trade already. And I sat through that drawdown. Now, if price can get above VWAP, which I don't know if it's going to, we're still bearish. Overall trend is bearish, right? Equal highs, lower high. Now we got a bullish engulfing candle here, but we still got 2.5 minutes on this candle. So this candle could absolutely rip down. You don't know. Anybody who tells you they know is full of shit. Nobody knows. But this is still bearish. So now what I'll do is, okay, once we get up to a certain point, now it's time to start moving my stop loss up into profit and taking the profit, right? So that's the goal. But then what's that number? Because that number, right, that number Well, and that's the thing about trading. This is why I've been getting but I would rather be plus, since I recovered all that drawdown, I'd rather be plus than negative. I don't know. I'm trying to let the trade play out, because you guys are gonna be here watching me whether it goes through or it doesn't go through. Meaning whether the trade is successful or not successful. But again, here you go. Bunch of sellers sitting here, right? Bunch of sellers sitting right here, selling it down, right? This is trading. So when somebody comes into the market, and you might watch other folks on YouTube or know people that trade, and they say, well, just leave it there. You can't just leave it there in futures. Futures is an everyday deal. Look at the size of this wick, right? Again, 50-point wick right there. 50-point wick from here to here. 42-point wick. It's $84 on an MNQ contract. 84 bucks. If you were trading NQ, right? It's $840 on that 42-point wick. It's real money. And you set your stops, you set your take profits, and at any given point, the market could do something completely out of character. But we got to wait and see. We're going to hold it. We're holding it. The only good thing that I like right here is our for the most part, our bullish candles have had more volume than our bearish candles down here. Right? So let's see what happens. That's trading, bro. That's trading. Managing the trades is your risk. Your risk management is your biggest asset. I would rather break even and have to go work an 8-10 hour shift on Uber to get caught up on bills or whatever's got to be done for now, while I get this right. At the end of the day, that's all I care about, is getting this right. You guys can see over here on my other screen, right? You can see on my other screen everything going here. You can see the trade number there, right? You can see everything on the other screen. This is my broker trader bait. Thinking about doing a video on how I got everything set up over here. If we can get above the Asia low, if we can break above the purple line, the Asia low, which was right here, that was the Asia low. If we can get above and hold that, I will move my stop up to where I want to go. And see, now it's starting to move up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it up. Right at 9:30. Look at that, 4 points. So this could potentially be another $4 trading day. But at this point, we sat through all that drawdown. Now you got to ask yourself, do you want to sit through all that drawdown and walk away with nothing? Or would you be okay with a $4 trade? That's the game, baby. See, and I got it set right above VWAP. It really shouldn't be here. I should be moving my wrist down here below the opening range high, but we're going to let it rip. Let's see what happens. I could start chasing it up on the 1 minute candle, because on my chart over here, this is the 1 minute candle for my broker, right? This is the 1 minute candle, and then back over here, it's the 5 minute candle. I'd like to see a break above, and I'm front running my own rules if you guys didn't catch that. I was not supposed to move my stop until we closed above Asia low. But right now, we're going to go ahead and move it to the Asia low. We're guaranteed we're going to lock in something profitable. 30, 23 points. If this holds, if we get stopped out here, we're going to make 23 points on the trade. Well, we're going to start. I want to start chasing it. I really do. This is where I have my problems, folks. Do you chase up the trade? We're at $82 now. So what I'll do is I'll start chasing the 1 minute candles. For every 1 minute candle that closes, we'll just chase it up. But we got to have 1 minute candle closes. Another 10 seconds on this 1 minute candle. I'm kind of already there, actually, on this candle. You guys can see we're already here on the 1 minute candle. Now, does this have a chance to run up to the next one? Well, we're moving pretty good. So now I'll move my take profit up to target 2. Right? We're sitting right below this 1 minute candle here. Right? That's where we're at. So that's 25 points. If it comes and gets us, then we'll take our 25 points and we'll call it a day. And we'll be happy. Right there, it didn't get us. It's about to. It wants to. Now, some people have said, well, you should use the 5 minute candle or the 5 minute 5 bar candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But would still be down here. This could absolutely wick all the way down and snatch everybody out.
Stop filled.
And there it is. Stop is done. We have executed our trade for the day. We are out of there. And as of right now, on that trade, we made $48.10. That was the trade. And we're going to be okay with that $48.10. That was the trade. Now we'll stay and we'll see, because remember, we moved our stop loss up to here, TP2. So now let's see what this wants to do, if it'll continue to go up. Because right now, well, we can get rid of that one. We're in another trend. Nice little uptrend right here. You could pull this all the way back to here if you wanted to. Right? And there's your trend line. She's bouncing, bouncing. So let's see what happens. I'm still bearish on the day, even though we're above VWAP. This could be just a slight retest above VWAP and then come right back down. You don't know. Never assume what the market is going to do, man. Never assume what the market is going to do. Nobody knows. You don't know, I don't know, nobody knows. It's all probabilities and assumptions. So considering that in this trade, right, the opening range breakout on the 15-minute chart gave us a long. We sat through the drawdown, which, by the way, the drawdown never hit. There's the blue line, guys. Never hit the midline. Never hit the midline. Yep. Now it's shooting for take profit 1. So it looks like it's going to come get that. And then it's going to have a hard time getting past the midnight open. The white line above it. But did we leave money on the table? Yeah. Are we profitable on the trade? $48.10. Look, right there. You can see it. $48.10. Is that a lot of money? Well, in some people, it's a shit ton. Is it a lot of money in the trading world? Who cares? I don't give a shit about that. What I care about is keeping my discipline. What I care about is executing the trade. And you guys just saw it in real time that I can become a very nervous person. But that's part of trading, right? That's the part that Everybody says the strategy is what you got to learn. Bullshit. It's not the strategy. It's the mindset. It's the psychology of it, right? It's the psychology of it. So that's $48 there. So let's say on average, I do about, during the week, I make about, in a couple, 3 hours, I'll make 80, 90 bucks on Uber, right? In the afternoon before I pick up the VIP. So now that's, if I'm doing 40, let's just say $40 a day on the trade. Another $80 out there. That's 120 bucks in 4 hours. I don't know, bro. That's 30 bucks an hour. Is that so terrible? I don't think it's terrible. While I'm learning, because, I mean, let's be honest, I'm still learning. Now, do I want to scale up? Listen, I've gotten funded 4 or 5 times with the company I trade with, my prop firm. I've gotten funded 4 or 5 times. And a lot of times that was trading NQ. Because NQ, I'm not looking for 25 points in NQ, right? NQ is 10x the risk that MNQ is. So if MNQ is $10, NQ it's $100. And those I've never gotten funded just trading MNQ ever. Everything's always been NQ. But I've also failed. Obviously, I lost. I blew all 4 or 5 of those sim funded accounts. But I've also lost another 10 or 12 evaluations, because when the market is doing this kind of shit, right? Like this big wick right here, we were in this trade. So if my forget my rules, the max drawdown on this evaluation is $2,000, right? And at one point, we were down 82 points. So 82 times 20 is what? 172? So that'd be down $1,700 in that drawdown. If I was tripping over being down $150 in drawdown, how much do you think I'd be tripping if I was down $1,700 in drawdown? Think about that. So to me, you got to make a decision. It's not like options. Options are easy. Options to me are a lot easier than trading futures. I just don't have the bankroll to jump back into options like that. But the whole idea is to focus on the strategy. That's it. Focus on the strategy. Don't worry about the P&L. Focus on the strategy. That's it. As long as you do that, I think you'd be okay. I think you'd be okay. Now, that's not about financial advice. That's just, bro, that's the reality of the game. It's all a game, right? It's all a hustle. Shout out Steven in LA. I texted him this morning because we wasn't able to go live Wednesday. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I got a little situation going on up here. And so we're trying to take care of that on some meds and shit like that. I'm live now. Shout out Steven and Buddha and all the other fellas and Monk and Silver Fox out there in LA. I hope you guys are out there making that money, bro. Amazon's Fire TV app is rolling out a major redesign. See, that's another thing I got over here, dude. I still got a bunch of little Amazon products I got to do reviews on. One of them is the Fire Stick. There's my boy, Steven. That's by the way, guys, if you don't know, follow Tech and Effects. He is he is the executive producer of all of my YouTube stuff. So no. He's the guy that if I call and I say, hey man, I'm thinking about doing this, he's like, nope. I'm like, bro, why not? Because I said so. Richie Hustles is my effective content. I don't want to say guru, but Richie's that kick in the ass dude, you know. By the way, y'all, was still bearish here, man. Still haven't hit TP1. You guys can see this, right? What did I say? Still bearish. Overall bias. Did not get to the midnight open. Have not hit TP1. And if we close below this green, the short-term green trend line, we might break back below. Come back, retest the opening range high, and then maybe continue up. I don't know. Nobody knows. So there, that's why I say for me, I would rather take some profit than give it back. And if I can withstand sitting through that $150, $160 drawdown I did, and I could get back to a profitable position, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I can always re-enter the trade. Because at 10 a.m., we now have a flow, right? And we're in our flow, this was the momentum. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. This was the momentum. The momentum was to 10 o'clock. So from here to here, right? This set our momentum right here between these two yellow lines, right? Chopped, came on up, and now the flow is to the upside for now. But, midnight open, there's a wall. There's a wall of sellers sitting there, man. They're slapping it back down. We don't know. We now have a candle close below this trend line. We are now back at VWAP. You don't know what you don't know. So I'd rather be happy to take the trade up here, take the profit, let it roll, and then go from there. Here's the other part. It's Friday. You ever notice they always release the market shattering, global shattering news on Friday after the market closes? Y'all ever notice that? They send us into the weekend shitting bricks. So unless there's no way I would hold an options position, a short position, going into the weekend. I wouldn't give a damn. Not going to happen. Not me. Not going to do it. Trading on futures, it's a short time frame. Let's get back to the 5-minute chart here because that's where I normally trade. Right? So here we go, 5-minute chart. Notice how that 1-minute chart closed below. Watch the trend line here. 1-minute chart closed below, but that's the noise. This is why I stopped trading the 1-minute chart, because that's noise. Because here it says, yes, Vinny, get out the trade. Boom. But the 5-minute chart didn't close below that candle. And if you've been trading the 5-minute chart, I will not all of a sudden start trading the 1-minute chart if the whole morning I've been trading the 5-minute chart. Because to me, that's a lack of confidence in whatever your strategy is. Lack of confidence leads to a lack of discipline. Lack of discipline leads to a lack of capital. You lose your money. That's just me. Again, I got to keep saying it. Not financial advice. I got to remember to keep trading. Y'all got to keep me in check, bro. If I'm not trading, if I'm not changing my charts for you guys to see. Here's the 1 minute. Here's what I was talking about with the 1-minute break of trend line. See that close? You had 1 candle, 2 candles close. Now it's waking up again. But when we look at the 5, we're still in that trend. And again, still sitting here still sitting below the midnight open. Weekly open and midnight open. Is it going to reclaim all of that? The week opened at this purple. This is where we opened up 5 days ago. My man Novice Bets. He said the best strategy is to buy high, sell low. You can't go. You know what? If you're a bear, yeah. If you're a bear, you want to buy high, sell low. And Steven, this is financial advice. Let's clip that. Nah, hell, don't get me in no goddamn trouble. Let me tell you this. There's some stuff on YouTube that's changing too, man. A lot of stuff on YouTube that's changing. Like I'm really putting a lot of effort into trying to understand the YouTube back office and the metrics of all that is, I put out a video on the Tesla Rideshare channel, which is my main Uber channel now, I guess you could say. And we're building that channel up. Shout out to the 517 subs we got over there on Tesla Rideshare. I appreciate it. We talk all things Tesla, Rideshare, Grok, FSD. Now Uber has access to my screen, so I can throw GPS directly to the screen. I have found that to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but that's another video we'll start working on tomorrow. But watching the metrics of how, with all the YouTube changes, they say on YouTube you want, a high click-through rate, 6% or better. You want average view duration. You try to get incrementally better. Well, my last video I just put out, to this day, I think I put it out on Monday. Today's Friday, obviously. It's got 400 something views on that channel, but it's 10.5% click-through rate. That means 1+ for every 10 viewers that see that thumbnail and that title, click to watch the video. And it's got about a 6.5-minute view duration, which is higher than normal for the rideshare niche in general across all platforms with YouTube, all channels. Not a lot of people like to watch rideshare videos, right? Or they'll skip through it and chop through it and get to the end because everybody's looking for the silver bullet, right? Everybody. So I'm hitting the click-through rate. I'm hitting the average view duration, which is supposed to be the two biggest factors for YouTube to keep pushing the video, right? But here's the thing. YouTube's not pushing the video. I'm giving them the viral thumbnail they want. I'm giving them the viral title they want. People are watching more than usual, which means I'm giving the audience what it's looking for, whatever they're curious about. But this video is just not, it's not going. So, again, how do you, if you're going to make content on YouTube, how do you know which way to go with it? Because if YouTube's telling us one thing and we're hitting those metrics, Richie Hustles and I talk about this every Saturday morning. We sit here 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be on the phone for 2 hours, 3 hours, racking our brains trying to figure out what do we have to do within our content. Now, look, some people might not like me. That's okay. I might not like you. It's okay. And we have choices. But that has nothing to do with, if you say I got to do this, if Uber says you need a black car to drive Uber Black, you got to have your insurance to drive Uber Black. You do all these things. You go get the black car, you get the black insurance, commercial insurance, whatever, the LLC, your permits, and yet you still don't get no rides. Like, who's lying to who? Like that's the easiest equation I can bring to the table. If you can do everything right and still not find the success you're looking for in that particular thing. So you keep going. So like I said, with Richie Hustles and I, when we're going through our little powwows, I use two AIs. For those who don't know, I use Gemini AI and I use Grok AI all the time now. Because as much as we might think we know what the fuck we're doing, we don't know what we're doing. And who's going to know better than somebody or something with obvious, come on, let's use common sense here. You gotta be smart about it. Not everything they say is true. They like to hallucinate. They like to smoke that, whatever, that digital dust. That's what we're going to call it, digital dust. But they have a lot more knowledge than we do. So we rack our brains trying to figure out what's the right thing to do, what's this, that, and the other. And, Richie Hustles isn't wrong in what he's saying. Screw it. I'm just going to post what I want to post. I'm just going to do what I want to do. If I want to post, not me now, I'm talking like what Richie would say. If I want to post my, um, if I want to post my gaming content, then that's what I'll do. Who cares? I don't need 9 separate channels to do what I want to do. Because it used to be with YouTube, used to be, your tribe is your vibe. So in my case, this channel we built with Rideshare because I knew Rideshare. I still know Rideshare. And even though every now and then, we're going to talk a little bit about Rideshare on this, this isn't the main Rideshare channel, as evident by the Off the Clock podcast, by what you're looking at right now. You're looking at what my focus is right here. This is every day, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is what I do. Still got 32 minutes. I'm already done trading for the day. Right? We're going to take that win. We're going to take that $48 win, and we're going to lock it up. We're going to have another profitable week. Now, doing this is going to get rich quick? No. But let me tell you something. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody wants to get monetized. Bro, monetization on YouTube is good. I'm not saying it's bad. But I make a shit ton more money doing Amazon reviews than I do versus YouTube videos. And YouTube videos require so much more work. I don't mind putting in the work, but if I put out a video, right? If I put out a video and it's got the click-through rate, 10% plus, and it's got the average view duration, 6 minutes plus, and it's doing all the right things that the boss YouTube says I need to do, and it's still not going anywhere, it's not getting put in front of enough people, what do? You see what I mean? But with YouTube, with Amazon, I did my buddy Omar, you guys know Omar. My buddy Omar turned me on to this SOG, right? This is called a tactical escape knife by SOG, right? And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's got a seatbelt cutter here, got a glass windshield breaker there, right? It's a lock back blade right there, right? Serrated blade, pinpoint, the whole 9 yards, right? This is a great everyday carry knife. I've had this knife now probably 3-4 years. This is one of the first products I did a review on, and it's still selling. I still get a commission off these things. It's a great tactical. Every Uber driver should have a tactical escape knife. You never know. You could be in your Tesla, and all of a sudden it becomes iRobot, and you can't get out the damn thing. So pull the knife, break the window, I'm out. I'm just saying. No need for Optimus to come yank me out the car. But that's just how easy this is, right? This SOG knife is a must-have if you're an Uber driver, rideshare driver. Must-have. This isn't even about self-defense. This is about self-perseverance, survival. Something bad happens, God forbid, you got to be able to get out the car. Or maybe how many times have we been riding down the street and you see somebody in trouble? Like I carry a jump box. I carry a Gulu jump box in my car. I can't use the jump box for me. It does me no good. But if somebody's broken down on the side of the road, I can't pull my car up and just jump them off my battery. So I take the jump box, the A3 or the A4. I take the jump box, plug it in, pop, start your car. They start the car, pop, unplug it, boop, back in the car. I'm out, they're out, everybody's happy. See, that's how you make Amazon review videos. You tell the truth. Be honest about it. If the product's good, you get the good, Here. DJI. Osmo 5 action camera. Okay? Bro, let me tell you something. When you graduate, if you're doing YouTube videos, we all start with the phone, right? We all start with the phone. And it's awesome that you can do that with the phone. But you know what happens? Now you're shooting a video with something, right? And you're like, yeah, my man Antonio, he's so amazing. Or, bro, Steven is as real as they come, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden the damn phone starts ringing. Or maybe you got a Bluetooth in your ear, right? And you're becoming more involved in making videos for YouTube or for Amazon or for TikTok or whatever the hell it is that you do. I've had GoPros. I've had DSLRs. This is the best camera on the market for shooting videos and vlogs, as far as I'm concerned. This is the poor man's Ferrari. And I say poor man's Ferrari because you look at some of those DLSRs out there, man, you know, $1,500, $2,000. And that's just for the camera body. That's not for the goddamn, you know, $1,500 lens you got to put. I ain't got them problems, bro. Right here. Right here. Take that Osmo 5, hit the button, point, shoot, plug it into the computer, download the footage, edit it up, and call it a day. Even though they've got the Nano, the Osmo Nano, GoPro is terrible right now. GoPro, I wouldn't buy another GoPro. If they gave it to me, I would take it. GoPro, if you're listening, you hear me? If you give me a camera, I'll take it. But I'm not going to buy it because you can't match the battery life. You can't match the battery life on these things. The image quality is fine. They're both the same as far as I'm concerned. But ease of use, superior. DJI is superior. Battery life, superior. Accessories, superior. And here's the biggest thing. This damn camera don't overheat. The Osmo 5 does not overheat like that. Now, if you're sitting it in the sun, okay, if you're directly in the sun, come on, let's be real. But outside of that, cannot beat this damn cameraman. So if you look at any of my videos on Vinny Cuz over the last 2 years, all the Tesla rideshare videos that have been all done with this camera. And I can go from, as my man Mario would say, I can go from that crispy view at 4K 60 frames to my more normal view, which is 4K 30 frames, that quote unquote cinematic look. But I can do it with this camera. It's just so easy. So the reason why I just did all that was to show you, if you're watching the video, if you watch it later on down the line, bro, that's how you make an Amazon review. You take the product, you use the product, you give your honest opinion about the product. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't bullshit it. Tell them the truth. Because there's people like you and me that look at these videos when we're on Amazon shopping. You know, you're on there and you're looking and you want to know, okay, I'm about to spend. It took me a 12-hour Uber shift plus an hour and a half of trading with the drawdown that I was getting all whacked out about for me to be able to afford buying this camera. I don't want to waste my money because then I'm going to be really pissed. Right? And so you be honest with people. Just tell them the truth. What the hell? Anyway, I don't know. That was a tirade there, bro. Hey, Steven, we got to clip all that. We got to clip all that and make that a short. Absolutely. That could be a video on its own. Anyway, looking here now, right? Back on the trend. See that? Now it's just kind of riding. We broke that trend line on the 5, close below. We're making lower highs now. Lower high, lower high. Technically right now, it's still got a lot of time left on this candle, but technically it's a lower high again. Right here, right? Bringing our lower highs. But now what's going to be interesting to see is this going to form what they call a bear flag. So we get these little lower highs. Get that out of there. Just so it can now snap back up, right? Little pullback here, little pullback there, right? This is the shit traders go through, man. This is chart reading 101. We're gonna break above that and keep it moving because we still haven't hit TP1 on the trade. We still haven't hit it. But because I took my profit way back here, okay, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes of chopping around in here that didn't drive me psychologically. It didn't make me crazy. Did not make me crazy. So here's the bear flag break. What's it look like on the 1 minute? So that would be the 1 minute break, right? 1 minute bear flag right there. Broke below it, broke below it. Now it's trying to jump back up. But again, we're pushing up against high a day here. Look at this. Equal highs. Equal highs. Just got up here on the 1 minute candle. Just got slapped back down. Sellers are there. So I don't want to sit in this chop. I don't want to sit in this chop. Take my win for the day and call it a day. That's it. That's it. And once I get this account to $1,000 in the profit, then I'm going to go from trading one M&Q contract to trading two M&Q contracts. Because that means that if I was able to get this to $1,000 just based on this strategy, then I can try to become more comfortable with sizing up to two contracts. Get to 2,000 profit, then I'll size up to three contracts. It's a game plan, and you got to be able. You got to have a plan, whatever that plan is. And in the meantime, while I'm getting there with this over here, with the profit or loss or whatever it's going to be with the eval, right? While I'm doing all that, still making my videos for Amazon. Still making my. I'm still out there slumming it with Uber, just like everybody else. I ain't no. Unlike Gavin Newsom, bro, I gotta be out there. Ha! What Gavin Newsom say? I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you, bro. What Chat GPT fucking quote shit did he get that from? Anyway, ha! Still bearish, guys. Still bearish. We started this at 9:30 this morning. I said I was bearish. Said I was bearish. And even though we're trading above VWAP, it has not broken the midnight high, midnight open. Has not broken the weekly open. Still bearish. But we were able to take the 15-minute opening range breakout and go for it. Right? There you go. We were able to take that breakout, boop, and we were profitable. And it's looking like my experience was right to get out when I got out. That's it. That's the bottom line, yo. It's the bottom line, bro. It's the bottom line. It's like if you're out there working right now, it is 10:40 a.m. So if you're sitting in West Doral as an Uber driver, if you're in West Doral, Hialeah, you know your chance of you getting a Premier ride right now are slim to none. If you're at the airport queue, at least you're not burning fuel, you're not burning electricity, you're not driving around wasting time, and you're counting down the timer. You know a ride is going to come to you at some point. It's a little better odds. If you're at Port of Miami with the cruise ships, or at Fort Lauderdale, Port Everglades, or maybe you're like Casey up the road, Stewart, maybe you're at Cape Canaveral or Port Canaveral. Maybe you're like Thomas out there at Tampa International. Maybe you're in O-Town, MCO, like Jesus. Yeah, I got peoples everywhere, bro. Who knows? You know you're going to get a ride at some point. Something's going to come through and you're going to get that ride. But if you're just out aimlessly driving around right now at 10:40 a.m., chances of you getting a really good ride or multiple rides, it's going to be slim to none because ain't nobody moving right now. Same thing in the markets, bro. You get your money during the volatility. Get in, get done, get out. Boom. Don't waste your time. Filter out all the noise. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what I do. I'm stupid, and I'm going to keep it simple. That's it. End of discussion. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's going to be it. I want to see if this breaks or fails. I want to see if this breaks or fails. Where's smart money at? Here's equilibrium. Below retested, came up, retested up. See, it's just sitting there. It's doing nothing right now. Notice his premium zone is right above the midnight open. So even if we got a little bit of a play here, where it's at. Right here. And that's it. So you see, we were here. We were down here at the discount. We ran up, tested equilibrium, came back down, tested it again, broke through, retested now above, and we're still here. Retesting again, still here, but it has not broken the bearish trend for the morning. Oh, she's going to make a move. Here she goes, making that move. All right, finally hit TP1. So when we got into this trade originally, it was, we got in the trade right here. Yeah, right here at 950. Right? Sat through the drawdown. We got out the trade at 1009, but it just hit TP1, target price 1 at 1043. So damn near an hour later, we'd have been sitting in this trade. He's just going to make that move. Getting a lot of little bullish indicators here. Fair value gap, fair value gap, fair value gap, even though this is mitigated now. Right? Break of structure here. Came back, retested that break of structure. Another break structure now up here. Firing through TP1. You see that wick. You see the wick. This is the 1 minute chart though, but you see the wick. See the wick. There it is. That's trading, y'all. I don't care what anybody says. That's trading. For people like us that are just trying to figure out how to do this, and if anybody really wants to know how to do this, man, I got no problem setting up some kind of a Zoom or stream. We can do it right here live on YouTube, man. And I'll show you exactly what's been shown to me and why you can see why I like it. It's mechanical. It's mechanical. It's like taking an Uber ride, man. If I get a request and I like the request, I hit accept, navigate to them, pick them up, take them where they got to go, throw them out, drop them out, and that's it. I made my money. You see here now, I just got another alert right here because TradingView, I've got alert set up on TradingView to let me know when the market breaks the orb, either to the up or to the down, and it'll let me know when it's hit first price target, second price target. I get an email, I get a text message. So here we go. We break above midnight open and close above it. We'll be looking for price target 2. See that? One trade, guys, ladies, one trade. Been online, been live streaming an hour and 14 minutes, one trade. That's it. One and done. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up. We hit TP1. I got to talk with Steven about this, but I think I'm going to do this every Tuesday and Thursday because we do have the off the clock podcast on Wednesday nights. So if I do a live stream on Tuesday morning, off the wall on Wednesday night, live stream Thursday morning, I think that's going to be the schedule. I got to start getting some videos done too on this channel. But this is what I do now. I make videos about trading, Amazon stuff, YouTube stuff. I don't know. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. So with that, y'all, hopefully everything came through good in OBS. Hopefully everything came good through in OBS today. I don't know. I mean, it was flawless. New computer will do that for you. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Make that money this weekend. Be smart. And look, at the end of the day, man, you can't depend on rideshare. So stop trying to depend on rideshare. Figure out something else to do in the meantime. But I'll be out doing rideshare in about 3 hours. Peace.